Happy Wednesday night to all of you out there, my friends and family, and my chosen of the Most High. This is Brother Dana coming to you from Chicago. I know I always say briefly, and it never ends up being briefly, but I'm going to try to do my best to keep it brief. I know you are aware of, and if not, you will be now, that the NFL came out and made a ruling that our players, specifically to our black men, that you will stand during the national anthem. And like I believe, we view you, regardless, Israelites, you, my black brothers and sisters, my black family, we view you regardless of what level of economic status you are in or professionalism you are in, you are still a slave within that category. So I know I was taught there was always a difference between the field slave and the house slave. Um, you know, Regardless of where you laid your head on that plantation, you were still our slave. And so regardless of where you lay your head or you work within the realm of the United States, you are still underneath white America. And this is a perfect example of that, because the Constitution, I thought made it very clear that nobody can force you to do some of these things. But yet we have to remember the constitutions and all those rights of freedoms were not written or intended for the slave. And in our eyes, in America, you are still the slave. And so that's the stuff that bothers me. And so I was just, I got home from the gym not too long ago, and I was going on my phone, and now I lost it. But anyway, on here I saw a tweet. I don't even remember who it was. And they said something to the fact of, imagine if 80% of all our black NFL football players would step off the field on a Sunday morning. And imagine what would happen. And it's just like, not that you don't know this, but do you see, this is what my white family fears, is that you will band together. Because if you, NFL football players, and all of you that are watching this who are NFL football watchers, going to the games, if you banned and didn't show up, I don't care about an NFL football team owner. You don't own nothing if they don't show up. I can say that I own a football team, but if 80% of my players who are black, and I'm discriminating against them, do not show up, how do I play a game without them? And that is what my people, my white family, has done to you. They have, yes, physically in the years past, taken away your power of your minds, taken away the power of unity, taken away the power of self-image and value and all of that. That has been taken from you. And it was taken from you physically through the beatings and the lynchings, today the shootings and putting you in jail and in prisons. But we've done that because we fear that if Willie Lynch goes to it, if you remember who you are in your natural state before you were taken into this captivity, you would recognize, and now so, even more than just an incredible person from Africa, now you're recognizing that you are the true people of the Most High. You are the Israelites. And that your 400 years of oppression is now coming to the end. So the power that used to be given to the white Gentile family to take away your mind, the power of your mind and your abilities and the power of your physicalness, we are fearing because we are seeing that you are coming together, and we fear because we know, even without knowing the history of how incredible you are as a people with inventions and all the things you've done to make America America, we don't even know that, and yet we fear you because you're coming together. And that is why they're going to do what Pharaoh did to your ancestors and begin to increase the pressure to keep you in your position. Because right now, our bark will be far greater than our bite. Our bite used to kill you with the lynchings and everything that we did. And yes, those are still happening, don't get me wrong. But the tables are turning, so understand that what we're left with is our bark. But you see when the white lawyer, and you see when the woman complained about the men having a barbecue, you see white people that when they act crazy and they still don't get their way, they break down because we are not who we present ourselves to be, and you are not who we've made you to be, that you are powerful people, and then add on that you are the true Israelites, the people of the Most High, and the favor that's been placed upon us Gentiles from Him, our God, is actually being shifted to you because your season is up of being oppressed. So I want to say this in these words. Please recognize now the power that you have. You have so much power. You may say, oh, but Brother Dana, we don't have the money. You don't need the money. If you stopped servicing the NFL, if the players walked off the NBA courts, the NFL fields, and said, we will not, and not only walked off, you have the power and the authority and the ability to start up your own Chosen People, the Most High football league, international. Because it's your season. It's your season. And so my people know the power of unity because we operate in unity all the time. That's why, again, you will see evangelicals that hold to this incredible Christian standard while Obama was in office. Lets all of that go to honor their God, Trump, who has no moral standard. Because at that point, we recognize that if we're going to stay on top, we need to be uniformed. So I'm going to look past our little differences because we have one thing in common, and that is to stay in power. And we know how to get those out that may hinder our power. So first, we're going to get rid of the immigrants because we're going to put you, my black brothers and sisters, back into the fields through the prison systems. We're not going to just pay for you to sit around. Now we're going to work you like we did your early forefathers when they got here to America, whatever fields those may be. So we got to get rid of the illegal immigrants so that the fields right now that are dying because they're not harvest, we're just preparing the paperwork so that the prison systems, and I already know there's some throughout the country, are sending their inmates back out just like they did to your fathers and forefathers here during the early years of America. So not only do you have power to step away from mainstream white America, that your lack of finances, Rosa Parks showed you the ability and the power that you have. You have so much power. And it's my people that have now brainwashed you to believe that you don't have that power. And they've taken the principle still of Willie Lynch and they've separated you by so many factors. And even as I'm learning so many factors of separation within those of you that call yourself Hebrews. Translations and words and stuff. And I'm not about to say what is right or wrong, but I do want to say that I hope that things can bring you together because there's so much power. And my people are afraid of that power. But then the second fold that we have to do is that we have to raise up Hebrew or Israelite, chosen people, the Most High, businesses, schools, so that when the white economic system comes crashing down simply because partly you're pulling out, and then you have the favor of the Most High on you, taking it away from that side. As their businesses and schools and hospitals and systems begin to crumble, we have to, And I say that because I'm grafted in. We have to have our businesses, our schools being built up. So when the plagues completely hit this white system in America, the system of the Most High will begin to prosper. And so I just want to close to say I will hope and I will pray that you recognize, I know you recognize some of your values and stuff, don't get me wrong there, but my people are afraid because you have power. You have power. Not just because you're going to come and become unified, but you have power now from your Creator, Yah, the Most High. So be encouraged. And what is the answer? Well, don't one of the guys said, then I'll take the fines. I'm not going to show up. But why should we pay Pharaoh more money instead of saying, look, guys, let's all walk out. Start our own football international league. We don't need them. Those owners don't have a team if none of us show up, or 80% of us don't show up. Let them have their 20%. If white people were so good to watch on the football team, do you really think we bring blacks? We only bring you where we want to bring you when you do what we want you to do, whether that's entertain, whether that's protect, whether that is to pick, or whether that is to sow. It doesn't matter. My people only put you in positions when it benefits us more than it benefits you. So if you didn't benefit us, that's why do you think the TV shows and the comedy shows and all of that, the game shows, are all being replaced with my black brothers and sisters? Because let's just be honest. You beat us by far when it comes to comedy and when it comes to music and comes to inventions and when it comes to intelligence and physical strength and all of that. Yeah, there's a few of us white folk that might flop up there here and there, but let's be honest. You beat us. The anointing, the gifting is all on you because that's how the Most High planned it. Because you are the gospel. Your beauty as people flourishing in the beauty of who you are brings glory to the Most High. And now that we have stripped you of that, today I have a little boy in school and I work with these young kids. And this little boy he's in trouble almost every single day. And so I sat down with him and I'm not going to use his name, but I said, Sam, I just sense you're angry. And talking a little bit, I know, and I think he's fifth grade. And he finally came out and said his father. And what makes me so angry is that these young kids are suffering. And I understand that we as people always have choices to make. But I want to put that aside for a moment. And I want to say what makes me so angry is this. This little boy, Sam, is suffering in school and in life because of the deeds of my people. He don't have a father because my people have set up this society and this system in America to do everything it can to keep you oppressed. And now we have all these young men and women running around with no value for their own life, no value for anybody else, no care, they don't care about them, themselves or anybody. They want shoes, they want sex. I mean, we're talking about fifth graders and sixth graders that are sexually active and second graders saying, I want to see this, will you show me this? And it's so, but when I look at it, they're not monsters, but this monster of hopelessness was created by my people. And then we have the audacity to sit back and say, look at you. And what we have to not do is those among us have to say, this young boy doesn't have a father. So what Hebrew man or man of the Most High is going to say, look, I need to adopt this young man because he's not garbage. He just needs some guidance. And again, I'm a white man, so I can come in and I can talk to Sam about choices to make as a man. But you know what? I'm not a black man, and I can't teach a young black individual how to be a black man, because I do not know how I would respond if I were in the same shoes you're walking in. So it's hard for me to say, well, yeah, you know, young man, you always have a choice. Yes, I tell them they have a choice, but I always let them know I know the choice is hard for you. And I don't always put labels on it, but I say I know the choices to things that happen to you are unfair to you. And those things haven't happened to me. But I want you to make the right choice because you're a valuable young man and the world needs you. They don't have that. Why? Because my people set up a system to take that away. And now they're trying to reinforce that system by even taking these football players who are incredible role models to our kids and humiliating them. Just like Willie Lynch said, if you beat the strong man in front of all the other men, you'll put fear in the whole camp. That's what we're doing. But it goes back to the topic and to the main thing I want to get across is, but when you band together and you stand up for your value and say no more, as you are, I want you to know you have power. And my people fear the power. And so that's why we're doing everything we can do to keep you powerless. So what did work in the physical realm is now going to be void and nulled out. Why? Because the Most High is stepping in and rendering that those things are not coming your way. So as those physical things in the system comes down, begin to know that you have the power and the Most High has your back because it's your season. It is your season. It's your time to enter the promised land. So thank you for tuning in. Again, I got some emails from some people. I'm glad because I don't get a chance to read all the comments that you leave me here on whether it's Facebook or Messenger or here on the YouTube video. So please, email me, go to my webpage. There's a contact form there. Some of you have ordered some One Love t-shirts. Thank you. Thank you. The brother that I get the t-shirts from is a new convert. He's an Israelite now, and he does, that's his logo. You'll see and read about him. So if you're someplace in the United States and you're looking for some t-shirts to support a business from a young man that we can go to, then give BB, that's his nickname, give him a call. He's on my webpage. Order from him. He's a great man. He wants to open up his business for young men that otherwise can't find employment because what the system has done to their background. So that's what I mean, entrepreneurship and getting ourselves ready to prosper. Because again, it's your season. So anyway, feel free. The proceeds that I do get from the t-shirts are just helping me travel down to Jacksonville, Florida, where I will be June 7th, 8th, and 9th. It's a free event, so I'm paying for my own way down there, my traveling expenses, this, and unfortunately I don't get paid at my job, so the 2 days that I take off will be 2 days without pay. But you know what? I do what I do because I know that the Most High has been faithful to me. And at any moment, he can touch a person's heart to send what is needed for you and I to do what he has asked us to do. And but I also believe you have not because you ask not, and I'm starting to learn to be a little bit more bold about that, but honest and sincere. And so anyway, thank you for tuning in, and I lied again. I got you at about 20 minutes, but I'm hoping that you don't fall asleep, and I hope that that my videos encourage your heart. Again, as I always say, it's always an honor and a privilege to be used by the Most High to serve his incredible, beautiful people. And I am going to do a little video about my people when it comes to my evangelical Christians going to traditionally my black churches, and why at times the worship gets to my people. So anyway, a little hint, because they don't recognize your beauty. But thank the Most High. He's opened my eyes and my heart to see it. And thank you for tuning in, all your love and support. So until we meet again, shalom.